everybody. Hi. Here we are. It's the library book. I like the library books. This library book is titled Clementine. Clementine. It's about a snail. It's about the moon. It has a trampoline. It has a slingshot in it. It has a fold-out page. It's a good book. By Sebastian Loth. And it even has glasses in it. Here we go. Alright. The name of the book is Clementine. It's from the library. It has to do with the moon and a snail and her quest. Let's go. For you and all the little snails across your path. The book's title is Clementine by Sebastian Loth. Every evening, a little snail sat on her favorite branch in the old clementine tree and stretched out her feelers into the warm breeze. The low autumn sun dipped everything into a golden light, and her small shell started to glow as orange as a ripe fruit beneath her. So, the little snail was called Clementine. Like many small snails, Clementine, being round herself, loved everything round. And let's look at all the round things on this page. A round washer, a round hoop, a round ball of yarn, what looks like a necklace maybe with some round features, looks like a round Christmas decoration ornament, a round dartboard. There's Clementine reading a book about billiards, and that's a billiards ball. That's a pretty big ball in comparison to her. Here's some balloons and what looks like a mobile with some round features on it. Steering wheel, if I didn't mention. Oh, and she has a list. I'll read upside down. Balloons, balls, hoops, pearls, and wheels. These might be plastic pearls. All round things. That's Clementine's quest. Even old car tires look gorgeous to Clementine. This looks like from a picture from the above when she's crawling on this car tire. Even old car tires look gorgeous to Clementine. Her heart leapt with joy just to glide in a circle around and around and around. Clementine was a happy little snail. Clementine was a happy little snail. But sometimes, on quiet nights, when the bright round moon moved softly through the sky, she couldn't sleep. So big, she thought, so beautiful, so round. She's probably looking through her window, and this looks like what the window looks like on her floor. Clementine longed to glide gently over the surface as the moon carried her tenderly around and around and around. And so she made a daring decision. "I'm going to fly to the moon," she said. Here's Clementine, and she's dreaming of flying to the moon. Here's her science room. She's got her friend. She's got a telescope looking out her window to the moon. She's got a mobile of the planets, a chart, and a toolbox even. Wow! Clementine told her best friend, Paul, about her decision. And they got to work, so this guy must be Paul. Clementine told her best friend, Paul, about her decision, and they got to work the very next evening. Together, they planned, they plotted, they calculated, they diagrammed. Clementine was especially fond of Paul's compass. It let her draw such perfect circles. "Yes, this could work," explained Paul. They sawed and hammered far into the night. Hammer, 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 saw, 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 and they made some kind of contraption. And they made a trampoline. Their first attempt was a trampoline they built themselves, but after the third jump, Clementine felt queasy, and one of her feelers got bent. Crash! Let's try something else instead. That's what happens when you do science sometimes. So they built something else. But the slingshot only hurled Clementine into the bushes. And to make matters worse, it started to rain. Paul, however, found the rain inspirational. As always, when it rained, he had a brilliant idea. Oh, Paul found the rain inspirational, and he had a brilliant idea. A rocket! Well, that does sound kind of like a brilliant idea. At the moment of takeoff, Clementine closed her eyes. She was actually a little bit frightened, but she was excited too. And suddenly, there she was, rocketing into the night sky, higher and higher and higher. A rocket. Uh-oh, and here's Paul with a pack of igniters for the rocket, and here she's getting ready to go. And here's the fold-out pages I told you about. And then her flight seemed to slow down as if she was floating weightlessly through space. Cautiously, Clementine opened her eyes and beheld an amazing sight. The world. And here's Clementine. The world is round, she exclaimed. That's the rocket sound. Those are the cool fold-out pages. Luckily, Clementine landed squarely in the village pond without getting hurt at all. A bit of water inside of her shell, but it only gave her a little cold. Boom! Right into the village pond. And their village pond is green. Look at that. And there goes the rocket. Like most rockets, fall back to Earth, where they become space waste. Anyway, Clementine! Here's her friend Paul. This is Clementine's friend Paul. He had balloons and a sign. It said Clementine. 6 weeks later. 6 weeks later! That was a long time. 6 weeks later, she finally made it home. Paul was there to greet her. Clementine was excited to tell him and everyone about her amazing adventure. Look, I figured out what Paul is. Paul is an earthworm. So they have a very small world, the snail and the earthworm. 6 weeks later, they finally made it home. Paul was there to greet her. Clementine was excited to tell him and everyone about her amazing adventure. That night, Clementine slept happily. Here she is, sleeping. Clementine slept happily in the bright, silvery moonlight, dreaming of her great discovery. That this beautiful planet she lives on was round, and as the world carried her tenderly around and around and around. The end. And that's the storybook, Clementine, from the library. The Earth travels around the sun every 365 days. That's 1 year. The moon travels around the Earth every 27.3 days. That's 1 month. Almost 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. And the gravity holds it all together, so it makes it round, I guess. The Earth's land is divided into 7 continents: North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. And the Earth is round, as detected by Clementine. And that's the end of the book. And it looks like Sebastian Loth, the author, has another book that we'll have to look for. This one was so fun. That's the book. The book is Clementine. Here's Clementine, drawn on the moon. And here's her friend Paul, the earthworm. And that's the book Clementine. You guys have a great day. See ya from the backyard. Love you. Bye.